as guys, we as men, we have collectively come together because we are solutions oriented. We are problem solvers. So what happens is we think logically, and when we come together, we want to solve the problem and take out the emotion, remove the emotion and feelings from all of this, and we step by step methodically figured out that, the better deal of all of this is to not to be in a relationship. The better end of the bargain for all of us guys is never to marry, not to be in a relationship, and then also, you know, forget the ideology of what we see in the movies, right? Because those are ideologies. The Disney stories don't exist in real life. And I think men have finally cracked the code, which is why, on the contrary, you're seeing men from Gen X generations like myself, finally, the sleeping giant, we've been woken up. We are awake now. So we understand the gravity of the situation where we, the Latchbox kids, the Latchbox generation, we have come to life, and now we are sharing our wisdom. Because during our times, we didn't see none of this. We didn't even have social media like this, right? And relationships and sleeping with someone and giving up your body as a woman meant something. It went a distance, and purity was really the core of why we wanted to wife you up and take you off the market and become exclusive, right? But see, now we're on the tail end of these women on videos, right? On these videos and apps, crying about not having a husband, being single, right? And you're here is because feminism has imploded now, and it was a big lie. It was a myth. Men were never the enemy. We were never the enemy. Most of us guys, we're just trying to get home, man. We're just trying to have a warm dinner, a warm place to sleep, and have a little bit of intimacy. Was that so bad after all? Going to a nice, exquisite coffee shop can add up to 30, 40, 50 bucks, right? They serve mimosas over there, man, right? Cheesecake Factory, right? Even that doesn't sound so bad now, does it, right? And so the entitlement culture that you all rode, riding that carousel and riding the entitlement wave, right, as such, for the last 5 years, now you're not all of a sudden 23, you're 28. I haven't gotten to the older women, right? Maybe you were 25 at the time, now you're 30, right? And as much as I personally don't like to put a number on it, biology remains undefeated, as well as the internet. In fact, we remember their screen recordings, their screenshots, and worst part about all of this, guys, is once you speak the words, which is why I said think before you speak. Once you speak the words, and once it's gone, it's left your body, it's your soul has projected the words unto the other, and the damage has been done. And on the flip side, now you're seeing men making these kinds of videos and absolutely walking away without batting an eye, without feeling any emotions. And we're not even making crying videos. We sound logical by giving our perspective, telling our stories as to why you all are crying in your cars and bunkers and bedrooms, full makeup on, mind you. So this is manipulation at its finest. Makeup on, streaming down your mascara, right? This is unplanned. If you know you're gonna mess your face up, my question to you is why even bother putting on the makeup? Why bother putting on your face, right? And you're essentially, what you're doing is you're defying all odds, logic, in your feelings, and trying to figure out, but also try to claim something that's you really haven't earned because you gave up your prime years either in the feminism wave, right, or being frankly having your backs blown on by guys that no longer want you and never deserved you in the first place, while you curbed all the good quality men that were there ready to wife you up at that time. So do you remember the nice guys that you passed up on, right? They may not be 6'3", 6'5", right? Unrealistic, because less than 10% of the population, if that, are 6 foot, right? And that's the only thing that us guys do not have control of. And out of curiosity, if you're wondering how tall I am, with my shoes, I am 5'11". Sorry, 6 feet. Without my shoes, I'm 5'11". With my shoes, maybe like a boot, I'm 6 feet, and I don't need to put any paddings or anything. You can look at my Instagram, you'll get a good sense of my height, right? So, ladies and gentlemen, you know, I I do feel. I mean, I do feel empathy in the sense, but I don't feel sorry. I can understand because I will give you the benefit that the machine that we're up against is propaganda, right? This is the reason why we're here today. We have been trained and brainwashed to hate each other, right? You all modern women have been incentivized to leave a good man. And it's because he isn't 6 feet. He doesn't make, let's just say, six figures. He doesn't have a six-cylinder car. He may not have a 6-inch, you know what? But you all make jokes about private parts. And imagine if a man said to a woman, that you're between your legs, and we make fun of your private parts. We're going to go to jail. But you all are making fun of us like there's no respect, there's no accountability, there's no lowering of your standards or reflecting, self-reflecting. In fact, what's happened is not only are you crying on social media and telling on yourselves, you're using social media as clickbait with the thirst traps, right? Instagram posts, the booty shots, and all of this stuff, acting like a 304. Most of you are a 304, right? You want that sexual attention, and then you talk about don't objectify me, and then you want a good man, right? Who's busted his ass, right, where he is at in life, and now he's gonna wife up a finished, ran through woman who doesn't even appreciate him to begin with. Guys are not stupid, man. Although movies and TV shows and series make us out to be dumb as a rock, right? But it's the other way, actually. So you wonder why all these movies are flopping with Marvel, right? Trying to put, you know, a woman as like the main character that can take on anything and everything, and independent girl boss and superpower. I mean, I understand the movie making of it, but you tell me, how's that coming along? How is the movie industry when you try to flip the script and spread the messaging that a man, right, and a woman are equal? You know, everyone deserves an equal shot, an equal opportunity, but the outcome is never going to be the same. It just doesn't work that way. And so when you control the narrative and we try to control society's natural biological impulses and outcomes and try to machine gun it, like machine it out, make it robotic, this is the result of the byproduct of where we are today. And I feel bad. Now I feel bad for all the future sons, the future daughters. Now we have role models like Bonnie Blue, right? I don't even know why that name is in my head because I don't even want to read about her like that. Like social media has shoved it down our throats, in our minds and brains. Sophie Rain, right? Albeit the Sophie Rain is gorgeous, and her friend Aisha also. I mean, I'm not trying to make them popular by any means, but if you look them up, they those two girls are gorgeous. I mean, Bonnie Blue is just blah, whatever. She's just an average looking chick in my opinion, but she purposely got arrested by in Bali trying to make you know soft corn videos out there and banging dudes in her car in a van, right? But it's a video for another time. But so if you've seen a rise of crying videos, just try to understand, guys, if you're a young man, that we just didn't get here by you know a circumstance as such that something that it brewed overnight. This has been a compounding series of events, of behaviors that have caught up to them. And what's happening right now is some of these women, most, are aging out of the marketplace, and now they're panicking. That's what's really going on. That's what's really going on. And guys are not wanting them. There's a pandemic in China, in Japan, called the leftover woman. And like I said, to me personally, I think there's some smoking hot 30-plus-year-old woman that I would date personally. I don't hate them. The thing is, wifing them up, putting a ring on their finger, fully aware and knowing what they have done, right? Even that they can hide it really well. But us guys know, man, we're very well tuned as to what their history is like. Is They waited this long to make you the nice guy, right? To put a ring on that finger after she's gone through so many dudes and had a train ran on her, and now you're supposed to be the cleanup guy. You're not gonna get half the fun, and you're putting 3 times the amount of work and your life's work into this one woman, right? Who's not gonna respect you and honor you, and yet she's crying in her car, where have all the good men gone? Really, what she's crying about is not the nice guys. It's translation and code and womanese language for the 6 feet and over guys, and the ones, the chads, the 6-pack, the 8-packs, and have all those things, physical attributes, no longer want me. And if they want me, it's only for one thing. They don't want to wife me up. They don't see. The thing is, you all want your cake and you want to eat it too. Is you cannot change and tame a bad boy, right? And us nice guys may not have that bad boy streak in us, because we are responsible in that sense. Is we want to make sure we put the ring on someone who deserves, quite rightly so, for to be a wife. And most modern women don't want to be the wife. They want to take that video and the snapshot for Instagram. Really, it's for Instagram. That's really it. And so when you think about it, why am I doing all of this again? The wedding day is for you, right? I'm giving you the ultimate prize. But anyway, I'm digressing. So you get the point, right? So as you're seeing these trending videos, just take it for what it is and realize, hopefully you can take, there's a couple of takeaways from this. Talking Head video is that we are here. And it's not a coincidence why we are here. We are here is because of their own doing. And they're acting like, 80% of the guys that are walking on this planet are invisible. And that's just a matter of social media, right? Entitlement and an inflated sense of self. This is how we got here. Because the most average of average women, like 5 and the 6, they're even landing the 8, 9, 10 guys, right? And so they think that they are entitled to every experience, top tier men. And so what they've done is priced themselves out. But as they have priced themselves out, they've also aged out of the marketplace. And that's the reality they have to live with. And last I checked, man, no one is walking down the aisle. No guy is waking up and saying, man, I can't wait for my marriage day, my wedding day, right? It's a loss for the guy. It's a big L for a guy. It's a humiliation ritual, right? If you're trying to wife someone up 30 and over in that sense, right? It's even worse, and I made a video on this, is raising someone else's kid, right? Child, being a stepfather. Those days are over, man. And I've only done that once in my life. You should check out that video, why I will never raise another man's child. That's on my channel as well. And I've learned. This channel is a combination of experiences, right, that have served me well, and I've had a chance to embrace solitude in different phases of my life the last 5 years. And now the words are coming into fruition for me to continue my work on this channel and kind of spread the word, if that makes sense, to share my perspective, share my stories. And I know some of these points that I'm making can be repetitive, it's repetition, but it's also intertwined with stories, right? And things that I've been through personally, and every day is a different day. I'll end it with this, as I say in every video, is that if you prioritize self-improvement as a man, no matter how old you are, right, it's proof your body won't break down. That you can actually extend your prime, right? Like I have, and I'm Generation X. You can extend your prime, and you can reap the benefits and enjoy and have a healthy dating life, and actually have the option to date if you want to and have your pickings, right? For me today, it's just a waste of time. Like, if she doesn't want to be here, if she doesn't want to be on my program, heck, if she's giving me stress, you're out of here, man. That's how I look at it. It helps me sleep better at night. My bank account looks great. I can eat quality food. I can buy lots of protein. And most importantly, I save my time and the headache, right? So I even said to myself, like, You know, screw it. It's a dinner date. I'm going to interview the F out of her. Although a coffee date would suffice, but you know, if you're going to be out of pocket $100 just for that one time, just so you know that she's kind of crazy, right? It was well worth it, because that's a whole lifetime you just saved yourself. Okay, I'm digressing, folks. Till the next video, I'll catch you on the next topic. Hopefully you enjoyed this. Look at this, man. Look at this. Is so therapeutic. Amazing. Pick up the camera, right? Invest into self-improvement and take your walks. Okay, till the next video, folks. Mamba out.